Yo, what's up, YouTube? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. Thank y'all for tuning in today. Today, we're checking out more Joy Division, this time with a song called Disorder. Okay, so we've checked out two songs from this group to this point, and that was Atmosphere was our first one. Love Will Tear Us Apart was our second one. Really loved the Love Will Tear Us Apart, and I knew just by listening to it, sometimes you can hone in and understand that it isn't just a song about experiences, it's a song about someone's personal experience. And that was one of those songs that it's just the emotion on the track, the lyrics, you can tell it was somebody's personal story, and we found that out afterwards. But let's go ahead and dive into this one, man. Disorder. Okay, so 3 minutes 29 seconds on this one. Excited to see what else we're getting with Joy Division, because I don't think Atmosphere and Love Will Tear Us Apart sounded like the same, right? It's a different approach to music, so I'm wondering right here if this is going to be just, sometimes a band has like a sound that encompasses like most or discography, and other times you just have somebody who just has evolving songs on different tracks. Love it. So let's see what we're getting right here with Joy Division. Disorder. Thanks for the donation request, by the way. Forgot to read that off. Let's go ahead and read it off. So right here we got, hi shipmate, I really enjoy watching your reactions. Here's another Joy Division gem you might like. It's called Disorder, the opening track from their acclaimed debut album, Best Wishes. Yo, shout out as well, my shipmate. All right, another Navy sailor right there, man. Love to hear it, love to see it. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and dive into Disorder, and thank you for your service, by the way, as well, and anyone else watching that serve, thank you so much. Let's go ahead and jump into this one, guys. Here we go.
Waiting for a guy to come and take me by the hand. Cure these sensations, make me feel the pleasures of a normal man. These sensations spare the insults, leave them for another day. I've got the spirit, lose the feeling, take the shock away.
So nice, man. This is great.
It's getting faster, moving faster, now it's getting out of hand. On the 10th floor, down the back stairs, into no man's land. Lights are flashing, cars are crashing, getting frequent now. I've got the spirit, lose the feeling, let it out somehow.
That bass sounds so fun to play.
What means to you, what means to me, and we will meet again. I'm watching you, I watch it all, I take no pity from your friends. Who is right, who can tell, and who gives a damn right now? Until the spirit, new sensation takes hold, then you know. Until the spirit, new sensation takes hold, then you know. Till the spirit, new sensation takes hold, then you know. I got the spirit, but lose a feeling. I got the spirit, but lose a feeling.
Feeling,
feeling, feeling, feeling, feeling, feeling.
Oh man, it's hard to pick a favorite. It's hard to pick a favorite. What they brought a whole different vibe and emotion. You know what I mean? You could tell off the first two tracks that I listened to these guys that it was probably gonna be a whole another vibe again. These guys aren't a one trick pony, so to say. They can bring it in different styles. And right here, there's just something really amazing that the bass and the guitar are like front and center, limelight. And the bass just sounds so fun to play. That thing is nonstop. It reminds me of like a kid that's bouncing off the walls, just has energy for days, and you're like, where do they get this from, right? They're just full energy all the time. That's what that bass sounded like. There was no point where it let off the gas. It was just dum da da dum da 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 dum, just going crazy in the background. The whole entire song from the beginning, I think it was just the bass and the drumming. Eventually, you got everything in, but the bass just kept that tempo. I love that about the bass, man. The guitar, once again, just doing a fine dance around the song, too. I love the keys, the kind of ambiance it's setting up in the background, the feeling it's giving. The drumming's fantastic. There's just nothing bad to say about this song, right? The vocals, I was really trying to tune in to what we were saying vocally. I felt like I got some of the words, but I couldn't stitch the story together. Sometimes it was much harder for me to hear on a first listen exactly what was being said vocally. Okay, so I'm gonna look up the lyrics real quick. We'll go through that, but the song, what a vibe, man. Just, there's just something special about this type of music. I don't know if this falls into like the new wave category as well, but there's just something special about this era, this style, where it's like close your eyes, feel the weight fall off your shoulders and drift, right? And it's just so easy to get lost in the sounds that are being produced on this type of music. I just love that about this style. So let me look up the lyrics and then we'll move on. All right, thanks. Wow, so these lyrics are different than what I thought I heard live time. I gotta be real. I thought he said, I've been waiting for a man to come and take me by the hand. Could these sensations make me feel the pleasures of another man? So I literally thought that's what he said at first. All right, which there's totally cool if that's the case, right? I have no issues with the way someone else loves, but that's what I thought I heard. Is not at all what it said though. So let's read that. It said, I've been waiting for a guy to come and take me by the hand. Could these sensations make me feel the pleasures of a normal man? That is very deep. If you've ever been in that mindset in your life where you're lost and you're depressed and you really feel like there's no way out and there's no one that can understand you, and you pray that someday, somehow, some magical fix comes and just makes you feel normal. The way you interpret normal in other people, you see their smiles, their joys, the way that they love and take in things, and you see that and you say, where's that color in my life? Why can't I feel that? Even when I know my life's in a good state, I still can't feel those emotions. Like, that's what I am hearing on that opening lines. Lose sensation, spare the insults, leave me for another day. I've got the spirit, lose the feeling, take the shock away. I mean, these are deep lyrics. It's getting faster, moving faster now. It's getting out of hand. You could be talking about depression, anxiety, paranoia, just getting out of hand now. On the 10th floor, down the back stairs, it's a no man's land. Lights are flashing, cars are crashing, getting frequent now. I've got the spirit, lose the feeling, let it out somehow. What means to you, what means to me, and we will meet again. I'm watching you, I'm watching you. Oh, I'll take no pity from your friends. Who is right? Who can tell? And who gives a damn right now? Until the spirit, new sensation takes hold, then you know. I've got the spirit, but lose the feeling. I've got the spirit, but lose the feeling. So it sounds like somebody who's also being judged in their moves and their actions and in the way they present themselves. Right? Spare me the insults, man. I know. I already know. Like, I get it, right? I'm trying to get better. I can't. You don't need to make me feel worse about this. And then he goes on to talk about maybe a girlfriend, a spouse, a lover, or just a friend, saying that maybe they're in some turmoil and maybe external forces are making also putting pressures on their friendship relationship, and he's saying, who's right, who's wrong, I don't know. Spare me the pity from your friends. Like, I don't need, right, all these other stressors. Like, he's looking in confinement, and friendship and companionship in somebody, but external forces or inputs are also causing strife in their situation when he's already dealing with so much other stuff. So that's what it sounds like. Very deep song. Now I don't know if that's what it's all about. That's what I am getting when I read these lyrics. So let's go ahead and drive into the wiki if there's anything there, and we'll wrap it up, guys. All right, so we got Disorder released in 1979. This is actually considered post-punk and punk rock. All right, so not necessarily new wave. Maybe new wave came off the backs of this, but what a wonderful sound, what a wonderful feeling on this song. Once again, in my opinion, I just really loved hearing what I heard musically, vocally. It was so good. The music for the track emerged through their unusual method of jamming through long practice sessions and had been played live a number of times before its studio recording. All right. Although the band were initially unhappy with the production, believing Hannett's stripped down recording reduced the power that the drums and guitar gave it, had when it was playing live, the song has become a classic post-punk and alternative music, and along with the band's She's Lost Control. Yeah, alternative music might be more the route I was going for instead of new wave, right? But either way, it's so wonderful. It's considered a peak of Hannett's career. Okay, any background right here, music and lyrics. Talks about the high tempo, talks about murky and distant feel that the audio spectrum had created as Joy Division began to experiment with synthesizers. After the album's release, Morris began to use the Snare 3 drum machine. Critics and remaining band members have debated whether the opening lines, "I've been waiting for a guy to come take me by the hand," referred directly to Curtis' epilepsy, more generally to his struggles with depression. And he also talked about the flashing lights when they're talking about the epilepsy. I don't know if that's the same kind of thing can be triggered or if it's a certain type of epilepsy. Um, so critic John Savage describes the closing vocal line of "feeling, feeling, feeling" as sung in the exact notes of someone who's not sure he has any left. How powerful to say that. That's very true, right? Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace, dude. What a beautiful song, and it's painful that we see this happen all the time, right? I think back to like Chester with Linkin Park. You got people who are crying out, and it's not that people didn't try to help. I know there were people in many instances that tried to help, but sometimes it's just not enough, right? It's just not enough that the pain and the pressures are just too overbearing and too much. And regardless of the pain that they felt, they were able to transform and put out beautiful music for some of us. And their music saved lives, right? They may not have been able to be saved in the saddest of circumstance, but they created something that definitely has saved lives. And that's important to think about and remember, in my opinion. All right. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for the wonderful donation request. Hopefully you enjoyed rocking out with me today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out the description, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.